Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Rob and this is my channel, Rob With. Now today I have the list of fragrances that I will be gravitating towards the most this spring. Now, as a disclaimer, I want to let you guys know that this is my personal fragrance picks. Now, I will definitely recommend these to any of my followers or anyone that would ask me, what's a great fragrance for spring? Now, if you guys are interested in that list for this spring season of 2018, stay tuned. What's up guys? Now this is spring season and spring can be a little controversial over here in the New England area. So we are anywhere between 40 degrees Fahrenheit. It can drop down to 30. It can go up to 60. So it's a little, it's a little tricky on what fragrances to wear, at least for a frag head like me. That has a very specific taste on fragrances in those temperatures or particular settings for this time of year. So the list that I have here I think will be pretty universally loved or universally appealing, most of these fragrances. And as a disclaimer, these fragrances, did I mention that already? I think I did. These are the fragrances that I love to wear in the spring season. So let's start up with the first one. Now, it's hard to say that I have a specific order here of fragrances that I want to follow, but these are the top 10 fragrances that I'm going to wear. So I love them all. So that's going to be a tough one. So let's start up with the number 10. Number 10 is going to be from the house of Herrera, and I'm sure you guys already know which one this is. This is the one and probably the most hyped fragrance from the house of Herrera, and it's CH Man, of course. This is just a wonderful fragrance that gives you this wonderful leather note with some that what seems pretty natural sugarcane backbone there on this fragrance, and it's very nice and smooth. It's just not overbearing, and it's not one that's going to choke anybody out. You can go pretty liberal with this one, about 5 to 6 sprays. Now this is an older batch, it's a 2013 batch. There are new bottles now. You don't want to go ahead and hunt for the newer bottles. I don't think the differences are that intensive. Some of you guys that like following the batch variations, but I think either 2016, 2015, or this, they will all do great. They're it's just a great fragrance. I think it's going to go really well in the spring. Moving on to my number 9. Now this one is from the house of Chanel, and I've mentioned this fragrance before. This is probably one of my favorite fragrances from the house of Chanel. And this is one that's not a slacker in this time of season, but I think this one can be worn all year round, and that is Edition Blanche, a Laurent Edition Blanche. And this is just a wonderful fragrance. It's a creamy, some people will say lemon meringue pie. There's almost like a creaminess to it, and it's almost like you toss some lemon meringue or some lemon pudding and you put some whipped cream on top, and you kind of get that scent cloud and bubble around you, and as people go by you, they're gonna tell you it smells amazing, this is great. But like, again, you can wear this also in the summer, and you can wear this also in the fall. So this is a great pretty much all year round fragrance. It's just a little personal too, not too potent. So very nice one from Chanel. Now moving on to my number, that is number 9. So moving on to my number 8. And this is going to be from the house of Hermes. Now, Hermes has many fragrances that suit just perfectly around this time of season. And it seems that most of the fragrances from the Hermes line just have this nice herbaceous, very organic fruits and notes of citruses that just do very well in this time of season. But this one in particular is one that I gravitate towards the most in this time of season. I just love this one for work, casual wear. You can actually dress this down too, and that is Un Jardin, Un Mediterranee. You can see the name there. Now this comes from the Jardin line. I have another one that is Un Jardin Sous le Nez, which is another one that's great for this time of season. I would recommend that one as well. That one has very nice citrus, carrot juice type of tomato leaf type of scent. It's very nice. Like I said, this one's a very nice citrusy, a little bit sour, but it's just amazing. And you get that nice fig note in there, and it's just highly recommended. This is a little more mature. This is more for a more mature crowd, but nice. It's very regal, very elegant, very beautiful. Highly recommended. Now moving on to my number 7. Now number 7 is a fragrance that is somewhat of a surprise to me from this house, and this is from the house of Jean Paul Gaultier. Now this house is not known for bringing out too many variations on their scents, you know, whether it's Jean Paul Gaultier, Fresh. There's many flankers that have came out with that one, but there's not, the variation's not that great. But this one here, this is the Popeye edition from Jean Paul Gaultier. Has the same body style with just like all the other Le Mans, but this one has a nice notes of mint in here. There's just a nice creaminess and a freshness that just suits well in this type of weather, and I think it goes very nice casually. You know, just the way I'm dressed today. I mean, I've wore this today, and I got great attention from those that were around me. My wife loves this one. I do love it as well. I thought when I bought it, I was going to be a little bit too immature, but it actually works pretty well. And this one actually works well in the colder weather. A lot of people tend to gravitate towards this the most when it's you know, when it's warmer outside, but I think it works well year round. And this season in particular for me is going to be a heavy hitter for this one. Yeah, very nice, bubblegummy, minty, smooth, just a gentle, wonderful, long-lasting fragrance for this time of season. That was my number 7. Now moving on to my number 6. This is one that I've mentioned in the past in a list of mine. I think that was my spring list last year. And that is from the house of Mont Blanc, and that is Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. I know you guys have heard of all the Mont Blancs. There's a whole bunch of flankers from this line, but this one in particular has to be one of my favorites, and it was my favorite from the get-go. Did a review on this one if you guys want to check it out, and some of these I've already done reviews on it. You'll find these on my channel, but this one in particular is a very nice, just a very nice, clean, mass appealing fragrance from the house. I think this is just going to be one that you can just, you know, grab and go, just throw it on, and it's gonna smell great. Not a formal fragrance, but very nice, casually dressed down, jeans, shirt, polo, whatever you want. Sporting, goes play some sports, and you're gonna smell amazing. And it gives you a nice day's worth or work stay, like 8 hours or so, maybe a little longer, but it's nice, it's fresh, it's clean. It's a little aquatic. It's going to do the job. This is a nice one. So highly recommended. I like that one. So moving on to my number 5. And this one is one that I truly admire. This is one that doesn't get too much attention in the community. This is one that I think is overlooked just a little bit. And I think a lot of the fragrances from this house. And another one from the house of Hermes. And this is Voyage from Hermes. Now this is the outer perfume. There's two additions to this one. There's one that has the see-through glass, and you can see it's very nice, cool design here. So the see-through one, that'll be the Eau de Toilette. This is the outer perfume. Now, what is the difference between these two? This one is going to be a little sweeter. It's going to be a little sharper, but they're very similar in the scent. But I like this one. I like the sharpness and the sweetness for this time of season. It's not as clogging. You know, as it gets warmer, I kind of tend to lean back on this one and move on to other stuff. But this is very nice. And what you get from this is a nice, just clean, kind of, you get this nice dirtiness. There's a little bit of kind of like a chlorine, almost like the smell you get from a swimming pool. I know it sounds crazy, but let's spray this on. It's just very nice. This is so organic, and it's almost like a soil type of a smell there. But I think this is very nice in any occasion, in any type of wardrobe you're wearing. And this one is going to get you very nice compliments. I've never gotten negative feedback from this one. And if you just want to smell clean, you want to smell regal as well, you don't want to smell great on the go, this is the way to go. A little pricey, but you can get a great deal on this. If you look on eBay, you can get testers on this one as well for around 50 bucks. Something in that price range. So now moving on to my number 4. Wow. This is a wonderful fragrance. It's been a while since, it's been a couple months, but definitely going back to Voyage. Wonderful fragrance. Now moving on to my number 4. This is one that usually ends up on my top list for spring, and it's just spring in a bottle. It really is, and I cannot blame the guys that or left out of the pack of the guys that tend to gravitate towards the most with this one in the spring, and that is from the House of Creed, and that is Green Irish Tweed. You just can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. You like cool waters. That is pretty much somewhat similar to this one, but this one just has a little bit more depth, a little bit greener. There's more of a natural leafy smell to it. The same greenness you get from cool waters, but it just smells like just an organic leaf. Like you rub that green leaf coming off a tree and you smell that, you kind of get that sense there. And this is definitely a green, vivid, bright, wonderful year-round fragrance too that I would highly recommend for you guys. Actually, and there's actually a great alternative to this one. Just a tad bit sweeter, and I think it's better than Cool Waters and cheaper than both of Cool Waters and Green Irish Tweed, and that is Tres Nuit from the House of Mont. I don't have it, but I recommended it to a friend of mine, and he wears that when it is great, long-lasting, amazing fragrance. Highly recommend it, and check out that cheapie if you guys are looking for a great bargain. Under 30 bucks on most websites. So yeah. Moving on now to my number 3, and talk about a wonderful fragrance, a wonderful clone from the house of Hermes. This is one that I've talked about on my channel a little while back, and this is just a wonderful fragrance. And what this is here is a dupe or a replica copy of a popular fragrance from the House of Creed, and that is becoming probably another wonderful and fragrance that's creeping up on my list to be one of my favorites, and that is Letventure Blanche. Now there's a couple of different variations to this bottle, but just remember, when you're looking for this one, you want to look for the one that has the white cap, and that's the Blanche. There's one with a black cap, there's one that's gold. This is the white one, this is the Blanche. Remember, what you get from this is just a wonderful, clean, rose, citrus, just a wonderful year-round fragrance that's just great for this time of season. This is another one that does well year-round, but spring, I think this is amazing. Maybe just a little bit daring, but I think once you get once you get into your body, you get other people's opinion, you're definitely going to get positive feedback And again, we do wear fragrances to smell great, to boost a little bit of our confidence, and just to add an accessory to our everyday life, to what we wear and how we style, how you represent yourself. So you have to remember that when you're wearing a fragrance, you are giving a message to somebody. You know, when you're wearing something sweet, the message that you come across to somebody else might be, wow, this is an outgoing, fun guy. In my opinion, this right here being a little fresher, cleaner, a little spicier, with a little bit of that rose in there, is going to give you a little bit more sophisticated, more of that grounded type of a guy smell. And like I said, wonderful fragrance. Check this one out. It's under 40 bucks. So moving on to one that is a new one on my collection, and this one is from the house of Issa Laurent, and I knew for a fact that Issa Laurent will not let me down on another great release, and that is Issa Laurent Why. Now look at this awesome bottle. I love this bottle. Look at the cool cap here. And this one here is just a wonderful fragrance, and a lot of people were expecting a lot, and just, you know, just something out of this world from YSL because of all the great fragrances. But this one is just reaching out to the masses. It's just another great fragrance from the house. Clean, wonderful. There's a nice, sweet, soapy type of a feel with some bergamot in there. There's somewhat of a metallic note that comes, just a little potential of metallicness, but it's just wonderful. It's great. This is a fragrance that's just going to please everybody. You're going to get, this is super safe. You're going to get massive compliments. If you're looking for a compliment getter, this is going to do the job. Now, the projection on this is not beast mode. It's nice scent bubble, and it has a nice, leaves a nice trail, and people are definitely going to tell you you smell great. And this is a nice gift, wonderful gift. Guys, don't sleep on this one. This is one that has been slept on. There's been a little bit of hate, but try it on your skin. Let it dry down. Get that air, get that nice waft of this, and you'll be very surprised on how wonderful this does. And it's on my number 2 and on my top list, so it's got to be good. Now my last one. This is one that I definitely do enjoy. I have to have this on my spring list, and that is from the house of Bond number 9. I try to make this quick, but you know, I just get excited with all these fragrances. I want to give you guys full detail on why I love these fragrances, and that is Bleecker Street. This was going to be in my list. This has to be in my list. It is one of my favorite fragrances to wear in the spring. I have a backup bottle of this. For some little bit of time, this was discontinued, and it was discontinued. It was out. Discontinued can be a controversial way of calling a fragrance that you cannot find for a while. I actually had a waiting list in some stores that could not receive them, and finally it came back again, and I got another backup bottle. I love this fragrance. I hope it continues to they continue to make this one. I hope more people get their hands on this and just enjoy this wonderful grassy, green, fruity fragrance from the house of Bond, and a hidden gem, wonderful hidden gem from the house. Guys, thank you for joining my channel once again, and my continuing journey here in the fragrance community, and my never-ending journey with fragrances. And for all my followers, thank you for keeping in touch with me, and keep tuning into my channel. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Easter, and much blessings for you guys that will be enjoying this wonderful day tomorrow. See you guys on the next one, and much love, and as always, peace.